Hare Krishna. Welcome for the discussion on Bhagavad Gita from chapter number 3 from verse number 36. So today we are going to see from verses 36 to 40. And till now we have seen that Krishna has explained about Karma Yoga and how to work in Krishna consciousness in a detached way. After hearing the discussion, Arjuna gets a practical doubt and question which he is going to ask in the verse number 36. So let us see today's verse. Arjuna uvacha Ata kena prayuktoyam papam charati purushah anichannapi varshneya baladiva niyojitaha. So the meaning of this verse is like this. Here Arjuna is asking Lord Krishna, O descendant of Varshneya, by what is one impelled to do sinful activities even though unwillingly, as if engaged by force? Baladeva niyojitaha. So here this is a practical question which Arjuna is asking, that we also sometimes feel, or many of us, that we don't want to do any wrong activity or sinful activity, but sometimes something is forcing, something is pushing us to do that wrong activity. So what is that element, what is that thing which pushes ones to do wrong or go on a wrong path? So that here Arjuna is questioning Krishna, a very practical question. Now we will see Krishna is going to answer it from root level and also explain the whole science of how to overcome it. So let us see Krishna's reply in the next verse, verse number 37. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Kama Esha Krodha Esha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Mahashno Mahapapma Vidyenam Iha Vairinam. So here Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna that lust only, O Arjuna, Kama Esha, which is born in association with mode of passion, it is transformed into Vrat. Kama Esha Krodha Esha Rajoguna Samudbhavaha. It is arising with the association of Rajoguna, that is mode of passion. Not only that, he is telling Mahashno Mahapapmo Vidyenam Iha Vairinam, means it is the all devouring sinful enemy of this world. So this is how Lord Krishna is answering the root cause here for Arjuna's question. So originally the living entity, as a part and parcel of Lord Krishna, it is a pure spirit soul and it has pure love for Krishna. But when it comes into the material world, in contact with the material nature, it gets contaminated and that love gets transformed into lust. For example, when milk is contacted with some sour substance like tamarind, it gets transformed into curd or yogurt. Similarly, when the love for Krishna gets contaminated with the mode of passion of this material world, then it gets transformed into the lust. Now this lust, when it is unsatisfied, it gets transformed into the Vrat, and this Vrat is later on transformed into illusion, and this illusion continues the material existence. So this is the whole science or sequence of events which degrades one living entity from highest standard of love for Krishna to the lowest standard of becoming lusty. So basically this lust is in the mode of passion, and when it is unsatisfied, it degrades into mode of ignorance, that is Vrat. So better is one is to engage it properly, and it needs to be elevated into the mode of goodness. So that means basically this lust needs to be transformed back into the love for Krishna. Then this is the only solution, because lust means basically desiring for oneself and love means desiring for Lord Krishna. In this way lust can be engaged in Krishna's service, and Vrat can also be engaged and spiritualized by engaging in Krishna's service, like Hanuman. Here Hanuman example is very nice because he has engaged the Vrat in burning the city of Lanka of Ravana. Hanuman is a great servant of Lord Ram, hence he is glorified a lot for this activity. Similarly here Krishna is encouraging Arjuna to exhibit his Vrat on the opposite party or enemy, and in this way satisfy Lord Krishna. So in this way, even the lust and wrath can be converted into the friends. Now let us understand how this lust is the greatest enemy. Now Krishna is going to explain, because first we need to understand that lust is the greatest enemy, then we need to understand how to conquer or overcome this lust. So first Krishna is going to explain the whole science, all details, all understanding about the lust, the greatest enemy, so that once one enemy is understood, where he is present, how he attacks, everything, then we can actually overcome or become victorious over the enemy. So let us start with the next verse, verse number 38. Dhumena vriyate vahnir yata darsho malena cha etolbena vrito garbhas tata tenedam avritam. So here Lord Krishna is telling that just as the fire is covered by smoke, or the mirror is covered by dust, or the embryo is covered by the womb, similarly the living entity is covered by different degrees of lust. So here Krishna is explaining how the living entity is covered by the lust. So here Lord Krishna is explaining three analogies to understand this point of covering of the lust. So there are different kinds of living entities. The one analogy is embryo covered by the womb. This is compared to the living entities present in the body of trees. Similarly, there is another analogy where the mirror is covered by the dust. This is compared to the living entities in the bodies of beasts and birds. And the third analogy is fire covered by the smoke, which is compared to the human beings, because when this fire is kindled and handled carefully, the small fire can be made into a big flame or ablazed into a big fire. So hence similarly, by carefully training and engaging and reviving the consciousness of the soul in the human body, there is an opportunity to completely overpower or overcome this lust and completely become Krishna conscious. Now more about the nature of this covering of lust will be explained in the next verse by Lord Krishna. We will see the next verse, verse number 39. Avritam jnanametena jnanino nitya vairina kamarupena kaunteya dushpurena nalena cha. So here Lord Krishna is explaining more about lust. Thus in this way the living entity's pure consciousness is covered by its eternal enemy, that is lust, in the form of lust. And its nature also here Krishna is explaining. The nature is dushpurena, it can never be satisfied and it just burns like fire. Again very nice analogy Krishna gives here, that it burns like fire. Now one may think that what is the problem with lust? If there is lust, then one can satisfy the lust, fulfill that by sense gratification and satisfy that lusty desire. So then lust is finished. No, that's what Krishna is telling here. It cannot be satisfied. Lust can never be satisfied by sense gratification, just as fire can never be put off by supplying the fuel. If you supply the fuel to fire, it only is going to increase the flame. Similarly, the lust is going to increase by sense gratification ultimately, but it never going to be satisfied. That is a major problem with the lust. So now in the next verse, Krishna explains where this lust is present in the person. And now we will understand that in the next verse, verse number 40. Indriyani mano buddhir asyadhishtanam uchyate eter vimuhayat yesha jnanam avritya dehinam. So in this verse, where does this lust sit? The three sitting places of lust are explained. Mano, Buddhir and Indriya. Indriya, Mano, Buddhir. Indriya means senses, Mano means mind, and Buddhi means intelligence. So these three places are the sitting places of lust. And through them, Indriya, Mano, Buddhir, through them it covers the living entity's real knowledge and bewilders him. So this is the process. It bewilders, and these are the strategic positions where the lust is present in the person. So now we have understood the lust, where it is present, and also how it acts or attacks the person and covers him all his real knowledge and puts him in bewilderment. Now Krishna is going to explain, after explaining the lust position and its attack, how a person can overcome the lust or become victorious over its greatest enemy, lust. That we will see in the next 3 verses in the next video. Till then, thank you very much for watching. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.